And welcome back. And of course, one segment we have every year that's very, very popular, particularly amongst the mums. They get the kettle out and they get the woodies out and sit at the table, and they can't wait for once again 2010, the very first time. It's Dale's under 18 segments. Here's Dale.
Thank you very much, Dick, and a good start to the season. It appears that only two sides at this stage won't have an under 18 side, so that's not too bad for the competition. But we've had Belpost Hill playing Winchelsea up there, and Belpost Hill kicked 13 goals, 684 to defeat the Winchelsea Blues 2-1-13. Goal kickers for Belpost Hill, Blackie kicked 5. Best players there were Balaki, Sparks and Miller, and for the Winchelsea side, Lee and Kammerman both kicking 1. Best players Wilson, Dunkley and Sawney. At Belmont Lions, Bannockburn 10-6-66 defeated the Belmont Lions 6-14-50. Goal kickers for the Bannockburn side were Arkley, Rayner, Harrop and Watts, all with 2. Better players there, Watts, Harrop and Maguire. And for the Brisbane Lions then, the Belmont Lions, John kicked 3 with O'Connell, Patterson and Rowe. 1 apiece. Best players Alexander, Double Dam, which is a familiar name out at the Lions Den, and Dickinson. Corio 19-25-139 defeated the Thompson Tigers 2-6-18, I believe. Thompson started with 14 and dwindled to 12, but it's good to see that some of the kids are getting a game in the senior ranks, but unfortunately leaves them a little bit short. So anyone wanting a game of football, go out and see Pidge McLeod out at Thompson, and he'll be sure to give you a game. But goal kickers for Corio, Taylor 5, Weescon 3, Toyne and McKenzie 2. Better players White, Livesey and B. Toyne. And out at the Thompson side, Randall and O'Neill. Better players Rockhow, O'Neill and Whitworth.
Just to clarify that, Dale, too, if you want a game, you've got to be under 18, correct?
And a half. And the good thing is, yes, that's very good.
I know.
Inverleigh took on Geelong West St Joseph's out at Inverleigh. 28-18, 186 defeated Geelong West St Joseph's, who failed to score. Goal kickers Muir 13, McConaughey 5 and Manganelli 3. McConaughey played a few games senior football last year and is a good footballer. For the best players, Muir Popovsky, who's a Belpost Hill name, and Viles. And for Geelong West, the better players McManus, Walsh, O'Toole and Cole. No doodle this year, Dick. Good. And North Geelong travel up the highway. Too good for Werribee, who again looked like they were struggling for numbers early on, but were able to make them up. 24-11, 155 North Geelong. Defeated the Werribee side 3-3-21. Goal kickers Kingwell 8, McGlinchey 3, Riccardi 3 and Bryant 3. Better players Bryant, Doak and Paramanov. And for the Werribee side, Fogingham, Novinek and DeCampi, all with 1 apiece. Better players Wilson, Byrne and Hagi Hashi.
Hagi Hashi.
That's the way it went. And I will say one thing there. It's just been reported that the league have decided to give the kids an under 18 and a half at least 3 senior games, which is great, Dick, because that means now they'll get a taste of senior football before they step out. So good decision by the league, and let's hope that they can all jump on board and these kids can get an opportunity to play senior football now.
Dale, I know it's only round 1. Is it a concern that some of these scores are very one-sided?
Oh, it certainly is, Dick, but look, if you haven't got a junior side, you only need to get 1 or 2 of those kids to come through and play senior football and you can get something out of it. But having said that, you know, senior sides go out and spend a lot of money on players to come into the club. They stay for 1 or 2 years and then they walk out the door and go looking for some more money. It's about time that some of these kids get rewarded for their efforts to stay around the place. And, you know, I know Bannockburn's had a pretty good program in there. You're sure you still go out and get your recruits, but they've still got a lot of kids that have actually born and bred in that side. Inverleigh have got the same now. North Geelong, obviously, and, you know, Thompson had a great side last year but lost that top-end age and couldn't bring the other kids through. So, look, there's some work done. Just look at the Belmont Lions. Probably 2 or 3 years ago, Cogs, they probably didn't have a great depth, but now they've got a number of junior programs set up out there, and look, they'll benefit from it in time to come. Fantastic.
Well, Dale's segment will be back again next Saturday morning, and we certainly look forward to that. This afternoon, 94.7 match of the round. It's at Thunderdome. The Tommy Tigers, yes, they've come off with their first win, and they are up against the Werribee Central Centurions. They make the big trip down the Princess Highway. And, of course, Johnny Mitchell did tell me confidentially, the Mirror Geelong, that Thompson are in for a very, very long season this year. However, they came out and had a win last week against the old foe, Corio. Dale, a good match today to be had. Old stages, been long-time finals combatants over the years. Should be a beauty.
Oh, it should be a great game, Dick. Yep. And you're talking about John Mitchell. Did you tell me that he's going to call it the John Mitchell Oval? Is that already a name? No, that's not right. Well, my information's wrong there. I'm sorry about that, John, but Dick was mentioning that before the game.
No, Mitch, don't even go, don't even.
But look, it should be a great game out there. As I said, probably a little bit unknown as to where Thompson are going to be, because we knew that Corio are playing a fair few of their kids from last year in the under-18s, which is a great thing to see. But it's Thompson set themselves, I suppose, up for the start of the season with a fairly young side. They played 4 or 5 kids from under-18 football last year again. So that is really, really good. And we just need to make sure that those kids continue to get games in the contest. The recruit last year, I think Julian Carr, we were just talking off air before, he was good for Thompson last week, and I suppose with McLeod still playing at full forward, I'm not too sure that Brent McLeod played with them on the weekend, but he was named. So look, it's just they've got some good kids coming through. Thompson at home will be up against some older bodies against Werribee, who I believe Dick you were pretty impressed with last week. If they hadn't kicked Paul in that first quarter, might have been all over. I expect the Werribee boys probably just to outmuscle Thompson at home.
Jake, you reckon that, well, who do you think will win, Jake? We'll start off with that.
Oh, probably Werribee. You'd think, as Dale alluded to, Thompson have probably lost a few, and even though they got the win, I suppose you can't really take too much away from their 1 from 1 at the moment. But I think today that they'll probably struggle against Werribee, who've improved in the off-season, or so we've been told. I guess we get told that every year, but I'm buying it this year. I think Werribee will improve on their efforts from last year. They'll probably take another step into the finals this year, I think, and probably too strong for Thompson, who, as we said, are probably just depleted at this time of year anyway. I'm not saying they can't make finals in the future, but I think they'll start pretty slowly, even though they won last week.
Okay, well, of course, this is the 94.7 match of the day. Tune in to 94.7 The Pulse this afternoon from about 1:30, and you will hear Jake Bourke, Dale Smyth and Jason Doherty giving you a blow-by-blow description of the match of the round. It should be a beauty, and I must also say the Thompson Footy Club, they've had some big improvements to their premises as well, Dale. Yeah,
look, it's they'd started them last year, Dick, and obviously when you get out there on Saturday, we'll be able to see the completed lot, I suppose, because, as I said, that was in progress last year when we were out there. I suppose the important thing is when you saw Werribee last week, that you talked about their full forward. Did they have an extra ruckman to help Hardingham out this year, or was that...
It didn't appear so, but the thing with Werribee, Dale, they just all appear to be very big blokes out there. I think they can all play in any position the way they were last week. Yeah,
I think, as I said, the recruiting stage that they've gone through this year again has been the older player and players that can come in and play ready for senior football. And as I said, I'm one for just trying the kids, and I looked through their side last week, and there didn't seem to be many new kids coming through that junior ranks. So, look, as I said, it's part of football. You know, they're obviously out there trying. They've got a great system up there at Werribee. If you can play Anthony Kitchen out of a forward pocket and get away with that sort of luxury, you aren't going to be going too badly.
Well, they've made all that renovation out there. I don't know what happened to the fence. They used to have a fence around the ground once. They had it there for the a big grand final against Bannockburn about 1996. A lot of money went to that fence, and funnily enough, I think John Mitchell had something to do with that as well. And Billy Caldo is still talking about it. We don't know what happened to the fence, but they've done some great renos out there, and the Thompson Footy Club is looking fantastic, as all our clubs are. At the moment, have done some great renovations, including East Geelong as well. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about the rest of the action on this afternoon. Back after this.